What are your thoughts about Antifa and the riots and the looters that America's been seeing across the United States?
I mean, I kind of sort of agree with it, but sort of don't.
What's going on, guys? James Klug here. So we're in Newport Beach, California. We're at a peaceful protest today for the murder of George Floyd. Essentially what we found, actually, not going to spoil it for you. Go ahead and check out this footage. Today we asked people kind of what their stance was with the rioting, the looting. We got some coverage of the peaceful protests as well as some of the speeches. So check it out. Thanks. What are your thoughts about Antifa and the riots and the looters that America's been seeing across the United States?
I mean, I kind of sort of agree with it, but sort of don't. I don't know. It's just it's a touchy subject with that.
I don't think it's up to white people to decide what black people should do.
What do you guys think about all that going on? Do you disagree with it? Do you agree with it?
I think they're just opportunists. So when they're given a chance, they're gonna, obviously like take advantage. But that's not what we're trying to do.
For sure. What do you agree with and what do you disagree with when it comes to them doing that in cities?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's more of a bigger voice to be heard because there's been a lot of peaceful protests that just go unnoticed.
I don't really feel like that's our place to say an opinion on.
For sure.
That's my thoughts.
No worries.
I would have to agree that I can't speak on it.
What are your thoughts on the rioters and the looters? Is it necessary or is it unnecessary?
Honestly, a lot of people may not agree with what I'm about to say, but it is essential. If you look at gay rights was a riot at first.
What do you think about all that going on right now?
I think it loses the message. You can't fight violence with violence. You lose what we're actually fighting for. If we're trying to have no violence, why should we promote it?
And even though rioting is not okay, it gets a message sent. Look at the justice we've had already. Look at all the justice we've had already. Even though a lot of people don't like it, it is essential, and sometimes we do need it, so they can see the strength and numbers that we have.
I kind of get the whole destruction because I think it's like so many things have happened and nobody pays attention, like you said, until there's destruction and looting. That's when they pay attention. And I feel like there's been so many peaceful avenues that people have tried, and they only listen when there's destruction.
If you're going to turn a blind eye to something, turn a blind eye to the looters, because it's not part of this movement. It's not part of what black people are fighting for and what we should be fighting for.
I feel like to big corporations it's necessary, but to small businesses, local owned, it's kind of just taking the whole point away. So
I think it's unfortunate that businesses are getting burned down or getting crashed, their windows are broken. But I also think it's unfortunate that black lives and they're dying, and just the whole system on the prisons and the schools and everything. I have more focus on that, and I just disagree with putting the focus on something that's not as big, I guess, to me.
So what do you guys think about the looters hitting places like Target?
I think it's fine. Take it.
I don't know. I would never do it, and I don't think it's a good thing. But sometimes you have to take action.
It spreads a message, honestly. I wouldn't personally do it just because it's dangerous, but it does spread the message.
I think it's unnecessary.
I think that for me, it's not my place to judge how a person mourns and how a person is. There are people that are in extreme pain right now, and it's not my place. And so it's like I have to ask, what are we more worried about? Are we more worried about property being damaged? And I saw something that said, let me pull it up, sorry. You keep saying it's horrible that an innocent black man was killed, but destroying property has to stop. Try saying it's horrible that property is being destroyed, but killing innocent black men has to stop. So,
what message, in your opinion, is that sending to the United States?
For big corporations, I think it's just because everything's controlled, the media kind of controls everything, all these corporations, and everything's owned by kind of the same people, so
it's the richer 1%
making a point.
People are being injured, people are going to hospital. There's been 2 black police officers that have died, 5 black people that have died. What are your thoughts on that?
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, like I said before, it just Yeah, that's something I didn't know, and that's tragic.
We don't mind the looting when it's actually hitting corporations, corporate America.
I think it's just everyone has to.
I just don't. You guys seem divided on that.
Yeah.
Is that you don't agree with that?
I don't really. I can't really have an opinion.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think that obviously we want everything to be done peacefully, but no revolution comes peacefully, and so people aren't being killed peacefully. I'm more scared of police and head to toe in riot gear than I am of some kid burning a building or stealing shoes. I can run away from a burning building, but you can't run away from the police. And the fact that they are infiltrating our streets is completely inappropriate.
Maybe certain people are just taking advantage of the situation.
For sure.
But
so it sounds like you guys are on the same page. You semi.
I mean,
don't support it, but
Is there value there? Is there? Is it hurting?
No, I mean,
movement?
I
What are
think
your
it's
thoughts?
just understanding people are people, you know? We're all on this earth. There's people doing good, there's people doing bad. Regardless that happens, whether it's in a protest or not. There might have been people there for peaceful purposes, but other people have more anger issues.
I will say that I believe that white people who are instigating and breaking the law and coming to protests and breaking things like that, I think that that's inappropriate. For black people who are protesting in ways that are maybe outside the law, I think that is a manifestation of their grief and of their pain, and I understand it.
Yeah, I would say that the purpose is to just, the looters particularly, is to stick it to the man monetarily, which is like, hey, so all these corporations, yeah, it's not what this is about, but all these corporations want to play these games with our life every day and give hundreds of thousands of dollars to these organizations that's essentially a black and white dress gang running around the street just shooting people. And they want to support that. So then if they want to do that, we're going to do what we want to do and take things into our own hands.
I want you to let this moment radicalize you. We can say we're going to create a change, let's all band together, but what does that look like? We need to invest in black-owned businesses. We have to redistribute wealth. Today I had a vigil with my friends that we organized, between 50 of us. It is the first protest I've seen without a police officer nearby with a gun. Do you know what that's like? It's terrifying.
It's not enough to be like, I'm not racist. You actually have to uplift them and amplify their voices, support black art, and that doesn't mean just like liking rap music, loving black culture. If you have family members who are racist, who are voting for 45, who have voted for them, you are also complicit if you are silent. Silence is violence.